सुनिए, अगर सब्सक्राइब कर दिए हैं तो बेल आइकन भी दबा
Hello
दीजिए।
everyone, welcome to my channel Scramble Stories.
The Timeslap Depicts is the first part of the video, a discussion with researchers, interns, and doctors, COVID-19 and their menstrual health lifestyle. You will get a link to that video in the end of this video as well as in the description box. And now you are going to watch the second part of the previous video. I hope you will like this part as well. Ma'am, what kind of physiological problems that the health workers are mostly suffering from, and how they overcome this issue, and what will be the role of administration in that?
Working as a healthcare worker, be it a doctor, nurse, or other hospital staff in such a pandemic situation is not an easy task. In such a situation, we carry a constant amount of risk and fear of getting infected and spreading the infection to our family members. If we have any family members of high risk, like less than 10 years of children, or elderly above 60 years, or any other with any comorbidity, then it gives a constant amount of stress to us that what will happen if we get infected and spread the infection to them. They will have to face the serious consequences. And also while doing the COVID duty, we have to stay away from the family for 14 days, 7 days of duty, as I have also done, and 7 days of quarantine. So those who are having kids at the home or elderly in the home, so they will have a continuous amount of stress that what might they be doing without them, how they might be running the house without them. So these are some psychological impact every healthcare worker is facing in this type of situation. But at the same time, we should not panic. We should stay calm. We should maintain all the sanitization techniques, proper protocols given by the guidelines, so that we minimize the risk of getting infected. Also, the administration is trying to help us a lot. They are trying to maintain the proper sanitization of the hospital or the workplace. They are providing us the adequate equipments so that we do not get infection. At the same time, the awareness in the general public is also being raised, but I feel that it has to be raised even more so that the public become more aware of the protocols like wearing masks, maintaining social distancing, and proper sanitization techniques, so that they do not spread the infection, and we can fight the virus, this pandemic, adequately and effectively.
How you are maintaining your family and your profession to dealing with this kind of pandemic?
For a working female like me, it's little difficult to maintain the duty period in the hospital as well as in the family, and more so in this type of pandemic where the duty has become little hectic. Moreover, we have to do our COVID duty, staying away from the family. So, but still we have to maintain it. We have to give time to our family also, because in this type of pandemic they are also very much scared, and they have so many queries in their mind. Every news they get from the media and from the news channels, they become very much panic, and they have so lots of queries. So they need someone to counsel them, to look after them, and keep their mind diverted so that they do not panic much, and also they can maintain their life in a healthy way. So yeah, it's little tough, but if we have good supportive family members at the same time, we have to manage time no other way. But with supportive family members like a supportive husband or like supportive parents, it's not that tough to also.
Ma'am, can you provide any suggestion for the general people so that they can be mentally prepared to deal with the pandemic if they are ever affected?
For general people, I would like to give an advice that please do not panic, but at the same time be very careful. While stepping out of the house, please wear a mask, maintain social distancing, at least 1 meter of distance from other people in a crowded place, and use proper regular hand sanitization techniques. And now, as the community spread has already begun, please do not step out of the house unnecessarily, and eat good food, healthy food, have a good sleep, and do regular physical exercise. You can take supplements like tablet vitamin C, zinc, multivitamin, so that you can boost your immunity, and even if you get infected, you can fight the virus effectively. Do not take too much stress about the pandemic. Stay at home, stay healthy, stay safe.
Ma'am, can you please explain about your work that you did in the health sector during the pandemic outbreak?
Recently, I was assigned for duty in COVID positive ward operating in TSP Medical College and Hospital. Our job primarily consisted of taking the history of the patient. As soon as a new patient would come, we were supposed to take the particulars of the patient, which mainly consisted of the name, age, contact number, his travel history, contact history, if he was quarantined in some other place, and the number of days he was quarantined for, his details about swab collection, then his travel history particularly comprised of all the routes he had traveled through, or like the places in case he had gone anywhere outside Assam or in case outside India. Then we were also supposed to give the daily rounds, and during these rounds what we were supposed to do was that we asked the patient if they had any issues. Usually what they had was the presentation of the general upper respiratory tract symptoms, like the usual ones: cough, mild fever, maybe mild cough, all these things. Then we'd also examine the patients, the basic ones, like noting down the vitals of the patient, like blood pressure, pulse rate, then this respiratory rate, and baseline examinations for all the systemic ones, especially the respiratory one, which was which plays a very important in this whole COVID thing. So we would auscultate the patient and all these stuffs. Now, if any patient would have some complaint, so we would discuss it with our seniors, and as per the discussion, whatever medicines were supposed to be prescribed, we would do it the next day. Now, actually, I was a bit on the luckier side because none of the patients that I had encountered in that ward were having too much of a serious issue. They came with the general ones, like fever and all these things, maybe loose motion and all that. So it was a bit easier to handle them. And again, and also I would like to mention that all my seniors and all my teammates, they were very helpful and very cooperative throughout this 7 days interval period I was in that ward. Any difficulty at any point of time, I could easily discuss it with them. So they would come up with solutions, and that thing got addressed too.
Since the virus is present among us for months, and people like you who are working day and night to help others, during this exhaustive and the continuous work schedule, has period affected your professional life?
As soon as the roster for isolation duty came in, first thing first for me was to check whether my dates collided with that schedule or not. And not to my surprise, they did. I'm a person who never gets her periods on time. But still, I could not take the risk of getting my jumps while I'm in that PPE kit. So I was bound to do some hodgepodge with my cycle. As a result, I started on some progesterone supplement 3 days prior to my dates, just so that I could delay my period. To the effect, I suffered from issues like, my appetite was affected, my sleep was affected, then I had this unusual backache, then unexplainable mood swings, too much of discharge and all that. But amidst all this, I had to stay in PP for straight away 4 to 5 hours. It was a hell lot of tedious job to stay. Likewise, for 4 to 5 hours in that PPE kit. But yeah, we cannot put an excuse. That's our job. We are supposed to do that. So all in all, I'd like to mention that PPE and everything, doffing, donning, staying so much time in that thing, and considering the weather outside was so exhausted. But for women, there is another issue to think about, and that is obviously the periods issue. So we need to stay on our toes always.
Ma'am, any additional information that you would like to share with us?
Lastly, what I'd like to mention is that we should stop treating COVID as a social stigma. What's been observed in last 3 to 4 months is that along with getting established as a pandemic, COVID is also established itself as a social stigma. Because of this, people are not coming out of their houses, even if they're having symptoms related to corona. So once we stop treating it as a social stigma, we'll be able to address it in a more vigorous way. And regarding the boosting up of immunity and all, I'd like to advise people to include more of citrus fruits in their daily diet, as it contains immense amount of vitamin C, which works a great deal in boosting up our immunity. And also we should eat more of green leafy vegetables and the ones which are rich in zinc and all. And another thing I'd like to advise is we should try to switch over to consumption of lukewarm water instead of the normal water. We should try to take more of inhalation of steam. And lastly, I'd like to say that together, if we follow all these things, we will be able to bring this pandemic down. We will be able to see a bright future without corona, brighter without corona very soon. Thank you.
I am extremely grateful for everyone who decided to their own path in making this video a successful. Without their efforts, the video would not have been possible at all. It feels great that the discussion made us understand about all the issues that our female COVID warriors face while working for us. I wish all these beautiful ladies can proceed doing the work with ease and have a better life ahead. Their contribution for our society is something that we always acknowledge, but we can never understand properly. Therefore, many thanks remain to those people who are working day and night with all their efforts. Since for this video, I had Dr. Prantika Dotto, Ms. Mohana Bhattacharya, Dr. Nivedita Dattakar, Dr. Avinanda Das. I would like to thank them for sharing their opinions and making this video possible. Thank you.
If you like the video, then give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share and subscribe to my channel.